First of all, I'm so sorry about not posting my video yesterday, or a video yesterday. I didn't have one made, truth be told. It's been kind of a rough week for old Lauren over here. It's finals week for the students, but it's grading hell week for me. I also received some less than stellar news earlier this week that I have not been rehired, or am not getting an offer to teach at the university for next year. It's not like getting fired or laid off, because as I've complained about in the past with the adjuncting thing, you have to reapply every year. So it's not like I had a stable job and they're, firing me. It's just they're not hiring me again. And I mean, the email was like, well, if budget stuff comes through, you're next on the list and all of that, but it still doesn't really feel good to know that you're not, you weren't in the first round of hiring. And the really upsetting thing is that I know that I'm a really good teacher, and I've been through a lot this year with the teaching, just like some really god-awful students, and that have kind of been like pretty condescending and like abusive, and teaching itself, especially teaching English courses that require a lot of writing like I teach, they just are a time and energy suck, Every weekend I'd grade, every evening I'd grade, put my heart and soul into this job, and I got a really good evaluation, and everything's good on paper, basically. Everything's good on paper, and so I feel like this decision isn't personal. I'm seeing like on the university website that they've hired a lot more graduate teaching assistants, which are much cheaper to hire than full-time instructors because they don't have to pay them benefits or anything like that. So I think what's going on is budgeting issues, but I don't know how. Basically, I don't have any real information about it, but I feel like, I really want to know, like, what went wrong. So, whatever. The thing about it, though, too, is I was pretty heavily contemplating not returning to the university if I did get the offer, because I'm starting teaching at a vocational school this summer, and, they said if I like it that they'd try to get me on full-time and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, the whole thing is that since it has been such a rough year at the university, there was like a 90% chance that I was going to turn down an offer anyway, but I didn't get a chance to, and so that's what kind of sucks, is because I wanted to reject them, It's like being in a relationship with someone, you want to break up with them, but you just kind of put it off, and then they break up with you first, and you're like, no, I was gonna do that! So it's just, being an adjunct just really sucks. It's a shitty situation. Don't ever become an adjunct, because you are expendable. Anyway, I've been trying to deal with that, and it just sucks because they told me this within this grading hell week, so I get this email, sorry, we couldn't hire you back for next semester, but, again, if a budget comes through, you'll be the next to get an offer, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, and I've got, this to grade. This is sitting there while I'm looking at an email that tells me I no longer have a job. That they're not going to be giving me a job. So, actually, this is only half of what this is what I've graded thus far. I have the rest in another pile, but anyway, so I thought that was a little bit cruel as well, to tell me I didn't have a job and yet still have so many more hours to work for a job that I don't have anymore. And it's been kind of hard because, getting student emails at the end of the semester that are just like, I really enjoyed your class and I hope to take another class from you, and, all that stuff. So those have been kind of difficult to read. Anyway, the whole thing was, I've been dealing with it. The whole reason I didn't have a video up yesterday is because I've been dealing with it kind of like in a way that I wasn't dealing with it, with that feeling of like rejection and disappointment, especially because I already have that other job lined up, and so, whatever. But, well, basically because I had so much work to do, I just couldn't deal with it, and then all of the feelings about it just like hit me yesterday, and I was really upset, and just, I honestly forgot to make the video, and I woke up today and was like, oh, shit. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to not prioritize. I really honestly just spaced the fact that it was Friday, because it's the weird week, you know, classes are over, so I don't, all the days are melding together, and it was a bad day for me. But, you know, it's alright, things will be fine, I'll move on. Yeah, rejection. Awesome. So, help me share in the misery. What, you know, not to bring up bad memories or anything like that, but was there anything that you have been rejected from, that you really wanted, or that it really hurt that you did not, you know, get a specific job, or were dumped, or, I don't know. So, tell me a sad story, so I can be like, oh, it's just part of the human experience, instead of everyone hates Lauren. Blah.